Are you ready to jump ship? Find a new job? Is this the time for you to leave the organization that you've been at for 10 years? Seriously, you guys, there has never been a better time to look for a new job than right now. It is a job seekers market. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't prepare for it, and there's a few things you need to do. But this is a time for you to pivot, go into a new industry, look for a new organization, whatever it is. Take the time now, because this is it. If I were looking for a new job, I would be hopping right on this bullet train to success. Now, today, I'm going to give you 3 tips of what you need to do before you start throwing out your resumes. The tips are TPA method, my TPA method. Think, plan, action. Most people skip right to A, the action part, and they just sit there and throw resume and application day after day. While it's still a numbers game, there's a few things you need to do. Hi, everyone. I'm Mary FAIN Brandt, and this is 15 Minutes of FAIN. I'm here every Tuesday, 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, where I'm bringing you the latest tips, thoughts, and trends on business, LinkedIn, and career. So I'd love to know where you're watching from and what industry you're in. Hey, Cassandra, thanks for joining me. Hey, Cassandra, we did a little session before. It's so important to prepare for that change, not just jump out there and start throwing resumes. And I'm going to go over why that in just a minute. But thanks, Cassandra, for joining us today. And if you guys are hiring, please drop that in the comments. Let's help everyone find their new job and their new passion. Before I begin, I have a couple updates to share with you guys. We've been working like crazy over here at Mary FAIN Brandt Coaching and Consulting, which I think I might rename to MFB. It's a lot shorter. So there's a couple things. First, I'm super excited to bring LinkedIn local live events to my new state, Arizona. We're hosting the first event on January 25th in Chandler, Arizona at the Sleepy Whale, our venue sponsor. Shout out to my co-host, Bruce Carnahan, the guy in the blue shirt, for going down this wild path with me when I said, let's bring LinkedIn local back. And shout out to Bill Soroka, our anchor sponsor, really committing for 3 of these events with us so we can bring you top talent. We have local speakers, nibbles and bites, some drink specials, and of course, my favorite thing, raffle prizes. So I'll drop links to everything that I talk about in the comments just a little bit later. So LinkedIn local Phoenix is here. And the next thing I'm working on, you guys, is finally the LinkedIn Accelerator Academy. I've had so many people tell me, Mary, you need to package up everything that you know and make it a course, make it a course. Everybody tells me that, but you know what? Courses suck. You know why? People don't finish them. Video after video, yawn fest, right? So my program is different. It's live coaching with me every week and open office hours. Why? Because I don't want you to be stuck. I hate getting stuck in a course or a program. So this is live coaching with me. It's 12 weeks. It's a beta test, so it's super cheap. And I'm going to like over deliver as I always do and give you access to everything. You're going to know how to write the profile, a company page, events, the tools that I use, how to connect and cultivate, how to do Boolean searches, what kind of messages you should be sending, not the spammy sales ones that you guys are. So if you're interested in that, let's jump on a call and make sure that this is the right time and the right program for you, because it is not for everyone. But if you're ready to level up your LinkedIn game and you want to learn how to use LinkedIn, this is for you. If you're like, no, Mare, I don't want to learn how to use it, but I need a new profile, that's a VIP day. Let's talk. So we've got John on here. Thank you, John, for joining us. And Cassandra says she's always hiring on her end. So you guys, Cassandra Shelley, friend and colleague of mine in California, connect with her. If, look her up on LinkedIn. If that's the right industry for you, please connect with her. So, you guys, let's get right into the 3 tips for career professionals today. And if you're joining us, please let me know where you're watching from. And if you are thinking of, excuse me, pivoting, please put that in the comments, hashtag pivot. If you don't want to publicize that, that's okay. You can send me a message and we can talk. So, as I said, you guys, it's not sitting there filling out applications and resumes. Everything I'm going to tell you today has nothing about applications and resumes. That's down the road. Let's talk about my TPA method. Think, plan, act. Okay, so the first thing is that you need to start thinking about what type of job and organization that you want to be in the future. The biggest mistake I see with career clients is they want to jump right into applying. They want to get their resume done first. Well, you know what? We need to know how are we setting up that resume, right? Are you pivoting? Are there skill sets that we don't know about that you need for that position that you're applying for? It's really important to take the time to think about what you want your next career step to be like. What do you want it to feel like as well? Now, when you jump right into apply, you're missing the mark because you're probably applying for positions that are under you or way above you, for positions that are just not aligned with your talents and skills. And then you hear crickets, nothing. And then you get frustrated and want to give up, right? Can anyone relate to that when they've done a job search? Again, take the time to think about what you want. And here's the part 2 of that. You need to take the time to think about what you don't want. When I work with clients, we call that the red flag list. Just think about red flags popping up. So when I worked with a client, we'll call her Miss Carrie. We've worked together a couple years over the last 5 years, and we created a red flag list. And what that is everything she didn't want, from times, is it remote work, is it travel, is it industry she's not interested in, is it the type of boss, is it team, is it individual? There's a whole list that we go over. So Miss Carrie went to an interview, and I always ask my clients, hey, after the interview, if you have time, let's do a 10-minute powwow, just so we can talk about what went well, what didn't. So she called me and she said, Mary, that red flag list, I heard your voice in my head and things were popping up that were on my red flag list. Now, she went into this interview, you guys, thinking this is the bomb diggity job. It checked all her boxes, location, hours, awesome money. It was a big pay increase for her. But having that red flag list of what she didn't want alerted her that this wasn't the bomb diggity job that she thought it was going to be. So she said no. And 3 weeks later, she got a better offer, a better job. So think about what you want and what you don't want. So what does Cassandra say? You didn't know what your red flags were until we talked. It's really important. And I think that as career professionals, job seekers, we're like limited, or we're afraid to say, no, I don't want that because I want this new job. But here's a fact for you guys. The average working adult in America works 96,000 hours in their lifetime. So I'm going to repeat that again. The statistic is the average American working adult works approximately 96,000 hours in their lifetime. Shouldn't you be happy at some of those? That's a lot of hours to put in with companies and organizations and positions that just aren't aligned with who you are, how you work, and the pivotal skills that you bring to the table. So think about that for a minute. Second thing, okay, what's your personal brand? Personal brands are not just for Nike, Target, Qualcomm, the Padres, the Chargers. Personal brands are for everyone in 2022. Now, if you've never heard the word personal brand and career professional in the same sentence, then we've got some work to do on your LinkedIn profile and setting up your personal brand. So you guys, in 2022, you've got to have a personal brand. And it's not just colors, logos, and fonts. It's what do you bring to the table? What makes you unique? What are you passionate about? What's your path? Right? There's so much that goes into creating this personal brand for career professionals, but it's valuable. And here's why. Your personal brand stays with you, right? Who stays with you throughout your career and your life? But jobs change. If you think that you're in your last job of your life, unless you're close to retirement age, I'm going to let you know that you're not. The average length of a job is about 2.5 years. That's when people are rotating around. And I bet you it goes down to 2 years very soon, especially with remote work, consultant work, and contract work. So if you don't have a personal brand, you need to work on that, because recruiters can tell, especially on LinkedIn, who has created, defined, and established their personal brand. So if you need help with that, I can help you do that. Okay, after those two steps are done, you want to start researching companies and kind of see what's out there. Look at the language they're using. Are you lining up? You don't have to have every box checked on the what the experience is and the skills, but you probably need to have 85%. But throw a couple companies in there that are your reach, right? Those are the ones that big reaches. I like to do that so we can, maybe that's something you want to grow into. So, what do you need to do to get to that next level? Are you guys seeing a path here? Are you? The path has nothing to do with your resume or applying for jobs. It's all about preparation and getting clear on what you want in your next career adventure. That's what I like to call them. And I just want to know, does anyone have any questions? We still have a couple minutes left, but this 15 minutes of FAIN is to get you, the career professionals and job seekers, to really think about what they want to do next. Maybe you love marketing and advertising, but you just don't like the organization that you're at, or there's no growth for you. Well, that's okay. Let's package you up and get you in a new organization. Or maybe you were in hospitality and after 2020, you're like, no, thank you. Don't want to be in that industry anymore. Well, you have some very valuable transferable skills. Let's talk about what industries might be a good fit for those. So let's see, LinkedIn user, and learn from you so you can pivot into HR. Look at that. I love helping people pivot into a new industry. I think it's great. There's a lot of different ways where you can get some experience if you don't have the experience, like internships. That's a great way. You can shadow someone. There's a lot of ways. You can volunteer for an organization. Your volunteer work counts. You know, you might be leading a team. You might be doing their streaming. You might be doing graphics for them behind the scenes. So when you're volunteering, that's all valuable skills that you need to put into your LinkedIn profile so you can stand out and be found. Now, as I said, I'm going to drop the links to everything after the show. But I'd like to know, is there anything that you would like me to talk about in the upcoming shows? This is my new weekly 15 minutes of FAIN, Tuesdays at 12. We moved it from Wednesdays at 5. And we're talking about LinkedIn, business, apps and programs, and of course, career development strategies. So I'd love to know what questions you have. Let's see. We've got Sherry joining. I'm passionate about training and coach. I struggle with topic health coach or changing the way we do Medicaid. Oh, that's interesting, Sherry. So health coach, that to me and probably to recruiters is more individual health coaching. Changing the way we do Medicaid, right? That's a bigger that is a bigger topic, a bigger organization that we could tap into, like multiple organizations. I probably see maybe some more opportunity there. But that's a discussion that we would have one-on-one to really dive deep into that. Well, you guys, as you know, the first Thursday of the month, I'm hosting Master It with Mary. That's a free 30-minute training. And February, I think it's February 3rd at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That 30-minute training will be designed for career professionals. So if you're unemployed, underemployed, in transition, or just starting to think about it, definitely come join me then. There's an event already created on LinkedIn. I'll drop it again in the comments over here. It's totally free. I'm here to serve you guys and just help you with your career and level up LinkedIn. And of course, if you're ready to level up your LinkedIn game, we're right here. I can do it for you with a VIP intensive, or you can join the academy and you can learn all the ins and outs. One of my favorite new features of LinkedIn, I have to say, audio rooms are here. I've been testing them out with my other LinkedIn experts, and they're amazing. Once I get access to them, we'll be doing some audio events as well. So follow me. Also, oh my gosh, I forgot. I'd love for you guys to ring my bell. So, what does that mean? If you go over to my profile, you'll see a little bell icon. Just click on that. That's called ringing my bell, and you'll get all my notifications when I post out content or go live. I guess it's kind of like YouTube subscribing, but I'd love it if you guys would go over and ring my bell on my LinkedIn profile so we can stay in touch and you can stay in the know of all things LinkedIn, career, and business. Okay. So you'll be there. Awesome, Cassandra. So you guys, I'm trying to keep this to 15 minutes and respect your time, but please connect with me on LinkedIn. Send me your questions. Let me know what topics you would like me to cover. Take care. Bye.